We are here with Kristin Alexandre, Tom Loepp, and Sin dressed as Nessie the Gypsy, talking Nuncio and the Gypsy Girl. That was a lot of nouns. Let's get into it.
All right, so tell us a little bit, first of all, about the snake around your shoulder and your new project.
Well, this snake represents Coil, who's a character in our story, Nuncio and the Gypsy Girl. And Coil actually does not speak. Nuncio, actually, the African gray parrot, is our narrator. But Coil does play a role with Nessie and comforts Nessie and is actually a spy for Nessie and plays a big role in the book.
Now, this is both you and Tom's first graphic novel.
It is.
How did you guys get together, and how did you get into doing this?
I actually wanted to do a graphic novel, sort of as a fantasy, and a month later, some people called me up and said, "There's this woman who wants an illustrator," and I said, "I'll do it."
Nice.
That's how it was. One of those
very simple.
Very simple. So when you want to do something, it happens.
And how did you get into writing this?
Well, I've always wanted to do a novel about my hometown of Dayton, a love story, because gypsies played a big role there. They were royal there. They made their home there. There was a higher class of gypsy that lived there, and I had this story I wanted to tell. And my kids, actually, this is my daughter Sin, they all recommended that we do and my son Andrew recommended we do a graphic novel because it's just easier to tell your story that way with illustrations. And then I found Tom. Actually, Tom's drawings are just amazing, and they're a great launch pad for this story. And
well, I wanted to actually ask Sin, you are dressed as a gypsy, so tell us a little bit about Nessie and about your involvement in the story.
This is how you dress every day, right?
Of course. Yes, every day. Well, Nessie is just kind of like a normal teenage girl in her time, which is around like 1915, 1912. And most teenage girls just want to rebel against their parents, and kind of, so her main intentions in the book is to kind of get out of the gypsy society and move up into normal society with everyone else.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. And, well, your art is so distinctive. You said it's set back in 1915, sort of in that era. Why did you choose that era specifically?
That period interests me because it's prior to World War I. It was, actually, the story starts out with the sinking of the Lusitania, which was a trigger for World War I. And the question is, was the boat stashed with ammunitions, which my research shows that probably it was. If you see in the book, the Germans actually warned the Americans not to get on the ship, the Lusitania, and people did anyway. And Nessie actually goes down with the ship at the end. We don't know what's going to happen to her, and we won't know for the next 2 books.
Well, you know what I wanted to ask you is that I had read that you were thinking about this as a TV series, as possibly a film. So with 3 volumes, is it sort of a self-contained story, or is it something that you could see continuing beyond that point?
Oh, I think the story could go on for a long time, just like Boardwalk Empire. This could be a series similar to that, but a little bit different. It's based upon families, really. The Gypsy family, and then Ezra's family, and then Marlene, who is another woman who's in love with Ezra. Everything in this story tries to prevent Nessie and Ezra from getting together, which is sort of the fun of it. I mean, the Gypsy community wants to keep her locked in there, and his family want to keep him locked in to Dayton. And but the series idea is something that we've been talking about, and it would make a great film as well.